I think 60%, I would say.
60%.
Because what I want this series to be is like one team gets the first win and then the
Time to drop
Onic,
the
bounces
flag.
back. Eventually, if we stretch this to 7 games, AP Bren will take it because AP Bren took game 1, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, true.
You see what I'm getting?
You know what? He's been really impressive with his predictions.
Yeah.
You want to give him a time to like shine now in the draft?
Hey, you know what, Wolf? This is your time.
This is my time.
This is your time.
Wow, this is okay,
The world, let's watch.
Maybe we'll wait for the first 3 bands.
All right.
Because
Go,
I
go, go.
think
Okay,
because I think that it is important because so far we're very early Minotaur because they want Onic because Onic wants to take away maybe Fredrin or maybe take an assassin or Guinevere for example.
Or Claude.
Or Claude maybe. And AP Bren immediately will answer that with their Fredrin because it has been successful so far. Game 1 and Game 3 were because of the Fredrin. Then in combination with the Arlet. And what value do you get out from Arlet? It's a flex pick, right? Then Onic eventually will what? Will take probably their marksman afterwards, get the Bruno together with something like a Faramis, but the Faramis was banned out anyways.
Right now, we're waiting for AP Brand for their
Okay.
final ban. Friendless Matilda as well as Minotaur banned out by Onic. For AP Brand, banning out the Nolan, banning out the Joy. They're really
Guinevere?
considering this. Do they want to ban out the Guinevere or do they want to open it up? Looking at the bans here. Looks like they're banning the Guinevere. So now,
Okay, what is
whoa,
open?
endless time.
What is open? There's the Bruno, obviously, as well as the Arlot. And then the Fredrin's going to be picked up. Very nice snatch coming out from Onic. AP Bren might follow this by picking up something like the Arlot that they really, really like. And then, together with that, maybe take the Bruno. So Bruno and Arlot should be the prime choices or response here for AP Bren. I don't think the Valentina is a good pick anyway, so Onic might get their hands on the Valentina, actually, their 3rd pick, together with maybe their marksman already. If the Bruno is picked up by AP Bren, they answer with Claude or Brody perhaps, which kind of makes me think, what if AP Bren goes Arlot Brody immediately?
Harlot Brody, man. I mean, based on what happened just now, I don't hate it. I mean, let's face it. Sans went to gank, and it wasn't enough to get a kill. Super Marco is just like, I'm fine. As long as there's minions here, guess what? I'm here. I'm Super Marco.
He is super.
Super Marco.
Yes.
World.
And also,
It's
whoa,
different, totally different.
completely different.
Super duper
AP
different.
Bren say, oh,
Man, curious.
Audience cheers. Kyrie. Audience fall silence. Onic. Understand.
this guy is making memes on the go, man.
Yeah.
That was just literally a few minutes ago.
Wow.
Dude,
Meme
dedication.
machine.
But now,
Okay.
the 1-1 as well as the Akai. Talk us through this pick.
Oh, obviously, the Akai secures the fact that you can get the stacks for the ultimate of the 1-1 for the crossbow tank. But that opens up here. I think at least the Claude we still got
got it.
correctly. And then the Valentina is open for Onic. I still think it's good, right? Especially going up against this Akai. Unfortunately, imagine if they had the Minotaur right now for Onic. That would be great for them. Curious to see. Yeah, Valentina as well as a Lilia.
The power of
But instead they go Kaja. The constant ban of AP Bren now let through.
Here's the thing. I was thinking of the Kaja, the classic matchup against the 1-1. I hesitated to say anything because there's an Akai. Wouldn't the Akai be a problem for the Kaja?
That is definitely 100% true. But I think that they just want to make sure that the 1-1 will be locked down. And then the flicker as well as the ultimate coming out for the Kaja. It doesn't matter whether or not they get scrambled because of the heavy spin. They can dive. And so I think that Onic will eventually close this draft out with 2 dive heroes.
Let me just say, it's usually the cat going after the bird, but it looks like the bird wants to go after the cat.
Latest inventions.
The Angela.
The
as
puppet.
well. The puppet.
All right.
Now with this, right, they have so much sustain. The 1-1 already very hard to kill. The Akai, same thing. You know, you had an Angela. Even if Onic get a Divine Judgment, right, it's going to be tough to lock anyone down.
Yep.
This 1-1 will feel like has 9 lives.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. Because it's N5. Better than Great Man.
Wow.
If Bren becomes a champion... Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah.
We're
I think
hoping for you, man.
it was too fast. I think if Bren becomes a champion, he will ask somebody out to be his girlfriend. Something like that.
You're the only Tagalog speaker here, so we're looking at you, Wolf. But now we're looking at the bans. Kadita ban out, and now for Ronnie betting on the Paquito. I like both bans here because, again, very good synergy coming in with the Kaja, and the Paquito has been proven to be a problem.
If AP Bren does not get any dive heroes after this, maybe Onic might consider something going really, diving deep into their hero pool. Maybe a Farsa, actually, because Farsa is traditionally a hero that you combo with the Kaja to take out the 1-1.
My question to Marco, You don't like the Fredrin EXP, right?
No.
I'm just throwing it out there. What if? What if? Is it okay? Is it not okay?
I think for this case, it's okay, right? I think Onyx are the only team to have proven that the Fredrin can be played in the XP.
Yeah.
But
in
you
a
still
good
don't
way.
like it.
But I still don't like it. I hate the Fredrin XP. It's already such a boring hero in the jungle. Put in an XP, and it becomes even more defensive. At least in the jungle, he moves forward.
Yep.
As XP, he's just like, oh man, let me cover for my gold laner. Oh, we gotta roll. Roll it.
All right.
May you have luck, my friend.
The odds be in your
If
favor.
it's a bad skin, it's a boo from the crowd. If it's a good skin, it's a boo. Boo. Oh, that's another boo, man.
That's another
Anything
boo.
that's not the aspirant skin is a boo. Wait.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
wait.
That's my favorite.
What is that?
That's the Uranus.
Yeah.
Uranus. It's pretty good.
Hey, overall a win.
Yeah.
Nah, if it's not the aspirants or a collector, it's not a win, man.
Not a W.
Hey.
That's an L.
Hey.
Yeah, but that's
Let's go back to the
Dardude,
drive.
by the way. Shout out to
I am
Dardude.
the priestess
Yeah.
of primal lightning,
Edith.
the hunter of
Okay,
all
so-
the evil gods.
I'm thinking like Eve or Farsa for Onyx if they want to be
Board?
gorgeous. Gorgeous is great, by the way, but it's kind of, boring.
Listen, you doubted the gore earlier, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, no, I'm saying it's good actually, but it's kind of boring, I don't want to
Okay.
see Sans in that kind of hero.
I
And they don't
hunt.
valid.
wait, let me just
Go
recap.
back to the Valentina.
Gideon hates the Uranus, you hate the Fredrin EXP, and you hate the Gord.
No, I don't. It's just that I don't.
Oh!
I want to see Sans in a different.
Man's got stats.
Okay.
Man's just got the M5 Yuzong figurine. Now that's a W.
Wait.
That's a
Who's
double.
this?
That's a flex.
Look at the face.
Look at the face.
Look
Who
at
is
the
he?
face.
We gotta
Who's this
see.
man? Okay.
Okay.
Dude, you're a
Man.
W man.
W man. W.
Should we give the one on the...
No.
Okay, no.
Ooh,
Hayabusa.
there it is. Okay.
Okay.
Fredrin EXP, Hayabusa, the jungle.
Mirko, talk
Man,
us through
and-
Kyrie.
AP Brand, if you don't go Hilda, you can actually go Hilda here.
You're right. The Hilda would be quite deadly. That was the same pick that Todak went for to dismantle Onyx at M4
Group stage.
group stage.
Especially like Edith versus the Fredrin, that's a nothing lane,
Oh, wait, yeah, I was talking about the Fredrin EXP.
Oh, we're doing it again. All right. Are you ready?
Make it quick.
The stadium, are you
Oh,
ready?
this is Manjin.
If it's a
Wait,
bad
it's the
skin,
Mr. Diamonds?
bro.
Oh.
It's the
Bro.
Mr. Diamonds?
Bro,
Come
you're
on, man.
Manjin!
It's impossible.
Bro.
This
Big
guy's
L.
the richest caster in the Philippines.
What
It's impossible
the-
he doesn't have diamonds.
Oh,
Thams. That's what we get against the Fredrin.
All right. Bring it back into the draft. Looks like my prediction about Fredrin EXP was there. Hayabusa here. 0% win rate in M5 so far. The Thamus, again, performing extremely well.
Everybody's just flexing.
oh, it's
No
not
way.
Reptar.
Come on, man.
Okay, so he's the richest caster.
He is the richest caster.
No chance to defend yourself.
No.
All right, jumping into this game, well, what are we predicting here?
Wow. I'm just happy that the Hayabusa was picked. Remember, the last time that Kyrie picked up the Hayabusa, M4, the highlights that were made. And I do want to go to a Game 7, so please, I think that this could be an Onyx game.
Well, to everyone watching, especially those Clippers, you know, Mirko, if we see an assassin on Kyrie, it'll be Kyrie! We're jumping into game number 4.
As Keyboy said once,
Smash them.
when he was told to imitate me, he said, oh my god, Kairi Hayabusa, and we get it now. So, yeah.
You know what? The Hayabusa is really hype. But talk us through here, because again, 0% win rate on M5, I cannot emphasize that enough.
Yeah. I think it was used maybe twice. And but then again, this is Kyrie Hayabusa, so it's gonna be very different. The thing is, they went for the Edith, which is a hero that doesn't really necessarily lock down the Hayabusa, but they do have the Akai, so I think that's good. And also AP Brand, we cannot forget the fact that they still have 1-1 Angela, a very strong combo. So I think that AP Brand will have the more comfortable draft heading into game number 4.
My only question here, going with the hype, is it like a desperation coming in from Onyx? Because if AP Brand wins the next one, it is going to be match point. But with that, let's look at the emblem set here.
Yeah, gonna be a Impure Rage, in fact, for Kyrie instead of the Lethal Ignition, right? Where your RG, typical RG. But yeah, you can see the Thrill as well as the Season Hunter, and then of course that Impure Rage from Kyrie. We're gonna see if He's pretty good at it so far, flexing his quad shadow moves.
Yep, and now looking at the item builds here.
Ooh, that's Flicker.
Looks like AP Brand right now as well as Onyx. I'm looking at the timings here because this is Ogwen using the Idip as a roam. We saw earlier in game number 1 how Flapsy was so impactful, and Super Marco survives against Kyrie as well as CW. Now, back to the question here, the timing from AP Brand.
Yep.
What time should they strike?
Every time they have the heavy spin up. Fortunately, they have Tams Edith as well as this Akai. So I think that they don't really have the timing. But every time that the turtle fight is there and they have the heavy spin, they can absolutely fight against Sonic.
Basically, with the assassin pick, though, they have to give everything away neutral objective-wise, right? Flapsy doing a good job right now, zoning Kyrie away. The Quad Shadow going to be used up as well for Kyrie, getting full stacks. Hard guard ready. San steals away the Primal Wrap, but the Vengeance keeps them at bay. All for the turtle to be taken for free by Kyle Teasy. Flap taken very low. Hard guard going to come down onto Flap, giving him enough HP, enough sustain to survive and disengage.
Something that I do worry about as well, because we got to talk about Flap TZ with Vengeance here. A Claude going up against anyone with a Vengeance.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to be looking good for the Claude. CW has to think a lot before he goes in with the Blazing Duet.
Yeah. It's like AP Bren got the Terizla, but a much faster damage build kind of Terizla. I'm not saying that Thanos is better than Terizla, because Terizla still is better overall. But the thing is, that's what they get. It has good lane prio, because if you're going to be looking at Terizla, it's quite slow when it comes to walking from lane to lane. Because of the passive as well as the first skill of Flap TZ, he's able to traverse the map from bottom to mid lane faster than a Terizla would. That's how they can keep up the pace against Onyx. So that's the general idea why Flap TZ went in for the Thams against Onyx.
So AP Brand, even though they got the turtle in terms of the gold difference, not really, because the only one that has a gold advantage on AP Brand is Few, where he has 100. Like, isn't that negligible at this point? AP Brand, they're trying to slow down Kyrie, but I saw his farm just now. It looks pretty alright.
Yeah, and he just stole that. Well, he just recovered his own creep in the jungle with a Retribution, and then straight into the bottom side. So he's actually leading despite not having the turtle.
Yeah.
It's going to be the trend now for Onyx. Try to find ways to get something out of the map and do not contest for the turtle fights. Maybe if they find a good opening on keyboard, maybe they could try to contest. But I think that overall, AP Brand, this is their jungle. This is their river in a way. They will take care of the neutral objectives easily.
Well, I kind of feel like if AP Brand, as long as they're moving with the, looking at the map here, they are separated. So if Kyrie finds a moment where AP Brand is not moving as a unit, he can get his snowball going by catching the mistake of AP Brand. But during this turtle fights is going to be a little bit difficult. I am wondering if Kyrie wants to contest for this, because we've seen him on his assassins, man. He wants to try.
Flicker, everything used up on the Keyboy, taking first blood. Super Marco gets it. Kyrie in the midst right now. Quad Shadow in, and he finds it. Ogwen chases him down right now. The Quad Shadow going to be popped in. Kyrie versus the world. AP Brent chasing him down. Kyrie, Shadow kill. Boots is here. Sans also with the Primal Wrath. Kyrie going in the back with the crossbow. A tang for Super Marco, and a heavy spin from Kyle Teasy locks them all down. The turtle traded in for 3 with Keyboy.
4 minutes in. AP Brand move as 5. Yeah. That's very quick timing there.
It just so happens in top lane, there was the turtle, and obviously the Goldaners were there. See, for Onyx, my main reservation for the Hayabusa is that if you get the neutral objectives, he can easily be taken out.
We got to look at Kyrie. Does he have the purple buff?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Stolen away.
AP Brand has started this.
He's just 100 gold behind. That's actually very surprising.
Where is he getting the farm?
Well, he got the farm and he also stole the turtle earlier. So technically, not that far, but now without the purple buff, right?
Yep.
That's where the problem starts.
We got to talk about the Trojan Scythe as well on this Thomas. So whenever he tries to create space, even though he doesn't have defensive items, he can take care of himself.
Yep, for sure. And it's a great rundown on the Fredrin, for example. You can slow him down so easily. Even the Kaja might not escape your sights. And that is going to be good for AP Brand.
Oh, some good damage. Onward, and the Earth Shadow. The Appraiser's Wrath deals nothing. Not even helping Boots sustain. And AP Brent find another kill on Super Marco. Looking for the siege in the mid lane, tier 1. Another Shatter down. Kyrie with the Quad Shadow and the Retry to keep this turret defended.
they will eventually defend. Another problem here that the Hayabusa might face is the sustain that you can get out of AP Brand. Angela just gonna be a big problem there on. That's why later on they definitely need both Kairi and CW to deal the damage, because it's gonna be CW to kind of mess with the shields as well as the sustain, and it's Kairi for the sweeps.
Now the turtle has been started by AP Brand. CW Sans as well as Keyboy is there. Ogwen finds Boots.
Heavy spin used up already. Primal Wrath gonna be going as well now. Oh!
We're now going to be jumping back into the game with a turtle. Who gets the turtle?
It's AP Brand.
Oh, what? Sonic with a win. Oh, Gwen flickering forward. Kyrie's next. Super Marco! Triple kill on the board. 5-0 and 2.
Right now, AP Brand. This is a big lead. Sans can protect. This mid lane journey is super important. AP Brand just takes it like that.
And immediately they go for the purple buff. Nullifying this assassin pick again from Onyx. They already had the Fredrin, but they switch it back to the EXP lane. And even without something like a Hilda or anything, there wasn't any problem. We're gonna see through the replay what happened in that fight. It's brought to us by Kadia. And you can see that Sans already stole the heavy spin, but it wasn't enough. I mean, Super Marco just kited all throughout.
Everything. What a play by Marco.
Yeah, honestly, Marco, you're the 1-1 expert. In this position right now, when AP Brand has 3.4k gold lead, and looking at the items here, 3 items for Super Marco. How ahead is he actually?
Oh, he's super ahead, man. The thing is, on the 1-1, you might take a look at the gold lead and you might say it's just an 800 gold lead, not even 1,000. But the thing about 1-1 is, if you reach that corrosion site and the DHS, that's already your power spike. That's why he can go for the Wit of Nature, and now he becomes lethal. Because he can find those weakness points, take more of a risk, and still be doing maybe even more damage than CW.
Yeah, and Kyle TZ took quite a lot of damage there, but again, the fact that he can take that much damage shows that Onyx is not ready to fight just yet. We see Kairi again. I feel like even though he's under this much pressure, he can still do it. Sans doing the most damage here.
Onward, catching his dash. The prediction from AP Brand from Ogwen. Keyboy taking out Sans now. Looking for some sort of retaliation, but AP Brand are utilizing this chaos to go for the Lord. Onyx in shambles.
Yeah, but look at Kairi, man. He's looking for the side lanes.
Vengeance. Flapteezy just standing there menacingly. CW can't do anything, and Lord gets taken without the help of the Retribution. Kairi in the bottom lane, looking for a trade. Boots brought back to the team. Kyle TZ there. Should be able to retreat, and does. Takes away another purple buff from Kairi, and Kairi can only get a tier 2 in the bottom lane to trade the Lord, and a purple buff. Whoa.
Yep. It's nothing that Onyx is getting right now. They're trying to defend. They're trying to just go for the clear out on the side lanes, but it will not be enough at all. AP Brand might just steamroll into the top lane, especially because they have the massive objective here. Super Marco's already so farmed up. Kyle TZ is tanky enough. And even Flap TZ. You can see Flap TZ manning up against the members of Onyx, standing in front of them. Not scared at all because he does have the Vengeance and he's very tanky at this point, even getting the Dominance Ice at 10 minutes.
Yeah, but a big power spike from Kairi. I saw that he built the Blade of Despair, so I think it's not quite over yet for Onyx, but AP Brand wants it to be over.
It's really hard now for Onyx. I feel like for Super Marco especially, right? The main idea for Onyx was they want to get Super Marco assassinated, but he has the Win of Nature. So what comes next? Where does the damage come, Sans?
Now the Lord is down bottom, but looks like AP Brand is able to secure the tier 2s. Oh, CW wants Kyle TZ. He has to be careful.
Shadowkill also used up some damage back to AP Brand. Onyx still trying to defend from the siege that AP Brand are still going at it full force with. Conceal coming down. BMI getting him out. A good splash of damage from the turret to try to take these minions down, but AP Brand do a lot with that minion wave. The base turret in the bottom lane is low, very low.
Oh, look at this purple buff here. Kairi wants it, but AP Brand wants to deny it.
He wanted more. Ogwen needs to time it. No, he doesn't even need to. AP Brand have done it. They've taken another purple buff.
For the longest time, we haven't seen any flicker Divine Judgment play from Onyx. In fact, there's no play that we saw from Onyx. The last time that we saw was probably the turtle fight where Sans was able to copy the heavy spin, but that's just about it. Onyx cannot find an opening for a team fight. And this Kaja pick, even when it's like one of the best heroes that Kiboy has ever played, it seems like he does not have an impact right now.
I mean, look in the lineup here, man. When Flap TZ as well as Ogwen is up in your face, there's it looks like there's no right target for you to catch, because in theory, Super Marco and Few is the perfect target you want to catch.
Yeah.
But having Flap TZ as well as Ogwen, man-to-man defense on you, and even if you're able to penetrate that defense, Kyle is there, man.
Yeah.
He's going to nullify your engage.
Heavy spin.
Heavy spin.
Just one tap away from a cover.
So, I don't know, man. I feel like if you ran with the draft, they've successfully nullified the advance that Kiboy has on this Kaja, but if he can prove me wrong, I'm all for it.
Oh. Kiboy up top.
They spotted him. Kiboy all alone, isolated. Still with a flicker now. Kyle teasing with a heavy spin. Locks Kiboy down. Super Marco has a monster kill, 6-0 and 3.
That's a problem. And AP Bren, even though Retribution forced out, Boots might be in trouble.
Is in trouble. Onward, Earthshatter locking him down. The top Boots gets him out with a flicker. Flapteezy chases him down. CW now pushing some damage. Vengeance! Flapteezy able to escape the shadow kill. Not able to take him down. Super Marco dashes forward, looking for one more. Boots sewn away. Meanwhile, Kyle, all this time, he's still on the Lord and he gets it for free. The Hive in Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Go wild!
AP Bren has been hiding this Thamus pick, man. He just, like you said, stands there menacingly. As long as he has the vengeance, dude, he feels strong. He feels invincible. He can make a beeline straight to anywhere and he'll be okay.
Yeah. It will take so much from Onyx to be able to take down Flapteezy. DHS, the Trinity actually available now for CW, gets the Malefic Roar, much needed in this particular game, but they might not be able to utilize it because AP Bren, everybody else is tanky. Everybody else is a problem.
Lord march down, gets a good charge on. The Primal Wrath stolen away. Sans trying to deal some damage. Ogwen, Earthshatter out already. No onward just yet. He onwards to the back. Kyrie does a bit more damage onto him, but AP Bren will stay disciplined. They have a 7,000 gold lead. They'll look for another wave in the mid lane this time around. AP Bren still with a lot of resources. Sans coming down into the mid lane with a splash of damage. Boots standing in the front. Flapteezy looking for an engage. Calteezy soaking the damage in. Divine Judgment on the Flapteezy with no vengeance this time around, but he has it back on cooldown now. The base turret cracked open in the mid lane. Ogwen gets the immortality. Kiboy with a whip. But that's 3 base turrets down for Onyx. And AP Bren are still lingering. That's Kyle! With a truncheon by Sans, but it's not enough! The mage, the Gila Sans, has been taken down. Now it's AP Bren, 5 against 4. Super Marco looking for all the weakness points. Mid wave still going to be cleared away. 2 waves coming down though. AP Bren looking for a match point. Boots up to blazing away from CW. A vengeance! With a truncheon by Few. Still able to survive. Kyrie marching back and forth. One more minion. AP Bren! The Wild Bees! The Hive! Match point!
Match point for AP Bren.
With the way that they are playing so far, the way that they are crushing it, not only in the lane, but also in the overall team fights, neutering Kyrie from his purple buff, and more importantly, just pushing the advantages, really abusing the weaknesses in the drafts thus far. As much as I would like to believe that Fredrin is going to be the solution to a lot of their problems, unfortunately this time around, I think that even the Hayabusa could understand he couldn't go further than this. Angela being able to protect the right targets at the right time, and more importantly, Few making sure that even Sans felt it in lane. Things have changed so much, but we have to talk about the MVP, Leo.
My mic made like the Hayabusa in the jungle. It was very difficult for Kyrie to do anything, and it's because of our MVP that the tempo actually got pushed up. It's Kyle Teasy coming in with the Akai. He's actually able to do more than just split up Onyx in those team fights. He's actually able to choke out once more Kyrie. AP Brent's performance in game 4 here was a combination of what they did great so far in the first 2 games they won.
Yeah, and again, Kyle, with one of the most important spells in the game, the heavy spin being the biggest deterrent, a nuke, some may say, for Keyboy to stop him from going in. And worse yet, even for Sans, he's got to be extremely careful because the only all he could really take was the Primal Wrath. And this is where we see Kyle really push that tempo once he got even a slight EXP lead.
Didn't even notice that he was sitting at 100 KP. That's just a testament to how well Kyle TZ used the map and understood the assignment, that he has to do more than just take these objectives. He has to take him away from Kyrie and punish where he can to get that lead bigger than ever.
But let's remember, at the end of the day, as much as he likes to oppress, it's about their win conditions, and that's where you see Super Marco and as well as Flapteezy really kind of take that early game into their hands. And when you see Super Marco with 3 kills immediately after this cleanup play, the one opportunity that Onyx had to try and even things out, had they walked away, maybe, but Super Marco said no.
Looking at the way the KDA went throughout all of AP Bren, you're looking at just one core, right? You're looking at Super Marco. But the way Flapteezy and Ogwin also made use of the space that Kyle TZ bought for them, it made them all the more confident in even blocking the main arteries, the movements of Onyx, to try and find even that one last Hail Mary play from Keyboy where he hung out in the bush to try and get a sneaky Divine Judgment, which now explains why, even in the hands of a very talented player like Keyboy, the Kaja has a very, very low win rate.
I don't know what they ate today, or better yet, what preparation that AP Bren has done. They are reading movements across the map extremely well, being able to foretell a lot of the movements, and more importantly so, it's not necessarily just about Kyrie, it's about the big playmakers, it's about Keyboy, and it's even about Boots. As soon as he's out of that lane, they find him a punish. If Keyboy is missing off the map, they find that punish.
Let's check out the emblem set once more on Kyle TZ. It's business as usual. I like the touch on the Quantum Charge. As an Akai, you have a few choices. Again, the alternative would be a Concussive Blast, but here, he's just using it to always be on his targets, always be moving, and again, keeping Onyx on their toes, keeping Onyx honest.
I think, keeping Onyx honest is what's making AP Bren work out so much, right? Every single time we see in the draft, take away some of the comfort here, take away some of the problems that we saw in the previous game, and there's still another solution. Unfortunately, Kyle TZ might not be the person they want to look to pinch this time round for the upcoming game, but more so to escalate things even further and get CW a winning matchup. It's not just about the Claude anymore. These Wanwans, they've got to go.
Yep, looking at Onyx though, it's clear that CW had an idea. CW was latching onto the fact that maybe they can hold out for the 18, 19 minute mark, wherein the work he was putting onto the map would pay off. As soon as he scored the Trinity, it seemed like it was going to be a fair fight, especially since clearing waves wasn't going to be a problem. But that's difficult to assume that it's going to work out, that you're even going to make it to the 18 or 19 minute mark when AP Bren are hunting you down actively. Again, it's not just Kyle TZ, it's Flapteezy and Ogwin actively manhunting. They're actively looking for kills, and those two, actually there's a lot of damage between these two chunky heroes.
Best yet, the biggest nullifier of them all, have any Trinity build, have as much damage as you want, but as long as Vengeance is available, you saw CW. He loses half of his health just auto-attacking this guy. He's got to be extremely careful. It is a big deterrent, and now that's something that they have to consider moving on. I think AP Bren, they figured out and cracked the code when it comes down to EXP exploitations, and now it's up to Onyx to find their own answers, because unfortunately for Boots, if they keep putting on these sandbags, it's not enough, especially when he's up against Kyle, who's doing a much better job.
There's a silent MVP amongst us, and that is few. The fact that he does so well to hide himself in plain sight, to hide himself even from the map when it's so free to just clear waves as the Angela, he's able to provide for all of the highlight players for AP Bren right now. Rich guy, Super Marco, even if he gets ganked by 2 or 3, he's fine, he's got a hard guard. Kyle TZ, again, we've already talked about how he has controlled this matchup. And even Ogwin is so confident to actually even go for those Tokyo drift onwards, really, and find targets even if they weren't so sure what were in the bushes nearby.
I mean, his greatest strength is the fact that they waited for the right time, the right opportunity, right? He can't just use his onward willy-nilly. The moment he uses it, he gets run down and he's forced to use his ultimate. And that's not what you want to do as an Edith. You're waiting for that one chance to catch a big fish. And whether it be Sans, whether it be Kairi, doesn't matter which, as long as you catch them in the middle of that fight, it's all over.
All right, here's where the oxymoron, the paradox comes in. Look at the amount of damage Super Marco dealt, and look at how dominating he was and how many kills the young Stephen Marco Requetiano got in this game. Compare that to how much CW and Suns were putting on the board. That just shows how effective AP Brent's front line was, how their peel was used for more than just protecting their front line, how they used it to bulldoze on through, coming into the base. What was that? Maybe a waiver just taking all the inhibitors.
No, that's absolutely true. We're seeing that there is almost double the damage coming in from the side of Onic, and Flapteezy, 35,000, still being the second highest damage dealer on his team, really begs the question, how impactful is your damage? How well distributed is it across the board? Kairi could already barely participate in these fights, so unfortunately for Good Guy Boots, he's taken the brunt of those hits.
Something in me is wanting to ask, I want to know if the Fredrin has always been the plan, if putting it in the XP was always in the books, or was it a mid-draft situation wherein, okay, we already stole it, you want to push the advantage? You want to make things spicier? Okay, go get the Hayabusa. I don't know if that was the plan all along.
I don't know. It's one of these moments where you're starting to lose faith in your EXP laner. I think that unfortunately for Boots, he's getting shafted in these drafts. And for Kairi, putting him on a Hayabusa in such a high-stakes game, worst yet, we haven't seen Hayabusa come out as hard. It comes down to that purple buff, right? Your purple buff is so important for these assassins to get ahead. And if you don't actually have a winning lane, and in this case, it's not winning. Both sides, both EXP as well as gold.
Something else to note, check it out. Flapteezy's Tams, he was also on the charts, top 3 minimum for damage dealt and damage taken. That explains why there is a sudden appearance of Tams in the metagame. For a fact that a hero with no CC, compared to the heroes that usually dominate in the XP lane, like the Lapu-Lapu or the Terizla, Tams is just a damage, soak, and dispenser. Is that a term? Yeah, it's a damage dispenser, right? Given the fact that you have a vengeance and you're able to just get in the backline free, willy-nilly, plus the Angela, that just makes for a puzzle that Onic has just failed to solve here in Game 4.
Yeah, it's a difficult puzzle as well, right? I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that so far, early to mid-game, AP Bren's overall gameplay seems almost pitch perfect, right? It's hard to punish, and the most you're going to get is an equalization. But so far, they haven't taken any losses on these trades, and unless Onic is able to, I don't know, really double down on that early game, I feel like it's hard to actually bounce back. To play for those 20-minute games really is exhausting.
One can only imagine what's going on in the dugout for Onic with Coach Yeb and Coach Addy at the helm. I'm sure they got something left in the tank.